Greetings, cyberspace cadets. It's IRATE Prostate here, and just kind of throwing an impromptu, maybe even a little whipped creamy kind of stream here. Stuff happened earlier today on the internet, and there's a lot of I don't know, a lot of scuttlebutt, as they say, kicking about, and just kind of wanted to look at some of this stuff with Sir Adamantine, one of my most favorite people in the world, because I love his honesty and his way of just cutting through the bullshit and getting to the core of the situation. But how you doing, man? You having a good day?
I'm good. And by the way, what IRATE was really saying is Sir Adamantine's a dick, but we all know.
Well, you know, a dick to some, a genius to others. You know, what can we say? There was this deal earlier on Twitter with, you want to go ahead and jump in with this Aspie thing? Because I'm kind of confused because I really just stumbled upon it just a little while ago, and I'm not fully like up to speed on everything that happened.
So the amazing Aspie is a small YouTuber. I think he's got like 300 subs. And he put out a poll on Twitter asking if Andy Warski is the new TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
And then he apparently DM'd Andy trying to point out the poll. And Andy didn't take very kindly to it, to be, to put it mildly. So then Aspie made a YouTube video where he showed the DM exchange between him and Andy Warski, which not necessarily good form to do that. And then about an hour or two ago during the Kumite, T-Tac was giving Andy, who was on at the time, shit about this, and all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, Andy just like, fuck you, T-Tac. So,
yeah, I heard the fuck you, T-Tac thing, and it's like, I was like, what the fuck? You know, because T-Tac is, he is the most friendly and person I've ever met. He's funny as shit. I don't know anybody that doesn't like him, and I was wondering why, you know, Andy would yell at him like that. I was kind of taken back, you know. But then again, I've thought Andy was mad at me in the past, and I've been, you know, completely wrong about it. You know, when I was, you know, but so I've got the thing pulled up, and so it looks like Aspie. I don't know if people know this, but his name comes from Asperger's. He is, I would say, a savant level, autistic, you know, with Asperger's syndrome. He's a brilliant guitar player, and the guy has perfect pitch. I don't even know if he realizes this, but he does have. You can see. I did a little bit with music a while back, and you start to learn how to recognize when people just have innate talent, in a really just an ear. And the kid is just he's just talented and has a really, you know, when he doesn't do any original stuff to my knowledge, but what he does when he does a cover, it's undeniably fantastic.
The converse side of that, though, is he is strikingly socially awkward.
Correct. Yeah, some of his exchanges can come off as being rude or, you know, inconsiderate to some degree, when it's, you know, it's just his autism, because, you know, one of the earmarks of autism and dealing with people with autism is they don't often recognize social cues. And so he's got you know, his filter's kind of wide open on stuff, and he'll start talking, you know. And but so all right, I've got the video pulled up to where about the DMs, and I don't. Do you think we should talk about the DM itself, because it's
well, the DM is the most striking part of it. I mean, we're not. There's no reason why you shouldn't talk about it if you want to, because it's already out there.
Yeah, and what surprises me is that, given all his background with with all the stuff that's happened in the past, I was just kind of surprised that Andy would come at Aspie with this kind of attitude, because the kid, opens it up and he says, "I think you've become the TMZ of YouTube drama," which is he is using it as a compliment in this way. I truly, honestly believe, because based on what I know about Aspie and what you just told me about his. The deal with taking the poll in there.
Yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't have. I probably shouldn't have taken the poll, because that probably wasn't the smartest decision. But it was meant to be a joke. I wasn't doing it to be personal. It wasn't even a critique. It wasn't even something that I have. I like his channel. It's just it was a joke, really. I thought he would find it funny, knowing his brand of humor.
Right. Okay. So Aspie has joined us. I'm great. I'm glad you could. Yeah. So talk a little bit more. I can only be here for a few minutes. I can only be here for a few more minutes, because I'm on my phone and streaming eats up my battery. So I'll explain as fast as I can. I understand.
All right. What happened was, yesterday I posted to his DMs, and to his DMs I said, "I think you've become the TMZ for YouTube drama," and he didn't respond back immediately, and I thought nothing of it, because obviously, out of all the things I could say to him, that's like the least offensive in my eyes. And I also took a poll on him on my Twitter channel, and thinking that would be fine. But after that happened, after that whole thing happened, I went to sleep, and the next day I saw that he had posted a long DM, basically taking great offense at that, saying that his channel was awesome, and that I had a terrible channel and all that, which I know I do. I know I have a shitty channel. But the thing is that he took great offense at what I said, at a joke that I said. And then I immediately afterwards was like, what the heck? For some reason, I decided, hey, I'm going to go on my OBS and I'm going to make a video about this. And I did. And he saw it and is like, whoa, you did a channel. You did a video showing our DMs. Wow. Blocked. And he blocked me right afterwards. And I guess the debate is whether or not it was okay for me to show his DMs, but I see DMs being shown all the time. It's not. I didn't think of anything wrong with it at that.
Well, it depends upon the context of the DMs. I mean, it's one thing if you show completely innocuous DMs, but he didn't. Yeah, he didn't make himself look great in the DMs that you showed.
Yeah,
it's almost as if some white YouTuber guy was trying to tell people this for months on end. Who could have ever guessed that Andy was a little bitch? Oh my God. Who could have thought all of this? So weird.
That is true.
Who could have? No, Aspie, on the real though, two things though. One, I am glad that you know that your channel does suck, but you actually have an actual talent. Like, so you don't have to worry about your channel. You actually, oh my God, I almost got in a car crash. I'm driving home from work. You actually have an actual talent. You can fucking sing. Like, you actually have more talent than Andy, so you're fine.
Yeah, and also, thing is, I don't want any bad blood with Andy. I mean, if he ever wanted to, personally talk this through on a personal Skype, I would be willing to do that. But
we'll see how it got awkwardly silent once I start making fun of him, because Sir Adamant and IRATE both equally enjoy Andy, so they don't want to laugh.
Hey, look. I don't have to kiss up to anybody.
Well, here's the deal, and you know what? I'm going to cop to something right now. It's just like, when you're a small YouTuber like me, you come across as being trepidatious when it comes to in this case, being honest, about another YouTuber on, especially somebody, that's running streams with, 5,000 people live, I mean, it's like, there's that fear of being squashed, and people talk about, oh, that doesn't happen, but it does, man. This is, fucking whatever you say, YouTube is just, it's like I keep saying, YouTube is a place where you can be everybody you hated in high school. And the truth is that there's some kind of high school, homeroom, cool kids lunch table, atmosphere to this whole deal. It does happen.
The one time IRATE saying something that I 100% agree with, Aspie struggling to open a Milky Way bar.
Right. Yeah. And
Aspie.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say. When you're in, I mean, on YouTube, there's always like, it's very cliquish is what I should say on YouTube. Like, you always have these groups of people over here and this group of people over there and this group of people over there. I kind of thought that everybody, talked with each other, but I guess I was wrong. Everybody seems to, and I'm in kind of a clique myself, but I try to go outside of that clique, but it's very hard to do that because, other people don't want, I mean, I know I have a very small channel. I come on to people very strongly, but at the same time, I try to be as polite and nice as possible. And I've tried to talk. Actually, that's one of the big reasons why I started my YouTube channel was I thought I was eventually going to get to talk to people like Andy and, Naked Ape and people like this. But I guess I thought, even though I thought my standards were pretty low, I guess I was expecting too much.
well, let's look at the exchange, because it's just, I'm so, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Maybe disappointed.
Oh, come on. You fire truck go. His lights aren't even on, you fucking idiot.
I'm sorry. Are you talking to me?
He's driving.
I'm driving home.
He's driving.
Okay.
I'll mute myself unless I don't have so much.
All right. I appreciate that, dude. It just said, yeah, the debates is like TMZ exposing Kilroy and Kraut server. I was talking about what people were eating for fucking lunch and who was bashing who. That's different. In fact, people like you are TMZ about me. My show
makes no sense.
I know my show has become a hub for free speech and is awesome. People like you just want anti-SJWVOs. Yeah, hold on. Let me finish reading it. Go ahead and enjoy your anti-feminist videos or videos about how Antifa is bad. Anyways, thank you for revealing yourself as a one-dimensional person who thinks revealing and I don't know what the rest of it says. Hold on a second. What did the rest of it say, Aspie?
It basically said that.
Okay.
You have, yeah.
All right. Revealing. I'm finding. I'm sorry. Stopping. Yeah. One personal doxing. All right. Thanks at revealing doxing servers, stopping scams like Kilroy and massive berates. And massive berates. They hit number one is TMZ.
God, this is like having Sinatra read a story.
Yeah, LMAO. 99% of big YouTubers have messaged me and said how much they love my show. The show, I'm sorry, not my show. And people like you, TMZ, ha ha. Anyways, goodbye. Oh, and have fun watching your BuzzFeed rips. Those don't get old. Also, please don't follow me anymore, please. Please don't follow me anymore, please. Your channel is terrible, and I don't want to be associated. Thanks.
He misspelled associated.
Yeah.
I like how the kid point that out.
All right, you're breaking up, Whitey.
Let me ask you a question, Aspie. Does he know you to any degree?
No, not at all. He just, well, kind of. I mean, I mean, he saw the video that was done by Free Kekistan Press where I sang that song about traps. But other than that, we've had no real contact. I mean, I've sent him a few super chats over the past couple of months, and he probably knows me from that a little bit. But other than that, oh yeah, I sent him that one super chat while Whitey was in the stream, and he probably knows me a little bit from that. Other than that, we've had no like real contact with each other.
So he doesn't really understand what your personality is like.
He doesn't know my personality. He doesn't know my sense of humor. He doesn't know anything about me. He just knows me from the comments I've sent him, and the and that one thing that's gone on right now. I mean, he probably just doesn't know me.
So you are. Was I correct in that you are diagnosed with Asperger's?
Yeah. Yes. You're right.
Well, and that's okay. That what people don't understand is when they deal with people with Asperger's, they have to deal with them in a different way. And I have experience doing that. That's the only reason I bring that up. Okay.
Well, that plays into what I was getting at, which is if he doesn't know what you're like, what you say can be taken very differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, Aspie, what Andy said, if you were a normal person, was completely reasonable. Yelling at you and calling you a bitch, basically.
I didn't say that, Whitey.
Duh, like, come on.
That's not what I said, Whitey.
Listen, I'm out of batteries, you guys. I'm sorry, but I gotta go. I'm gonna shut off in a few seconds if I don't leave. All right.
All right.
It was nice talking to you guys.
Aspie, thank you for showing up, and I really appreciate that. And I love your stuff. You're very talented, man.
Don't hang yourself.
Thanks. I won't. I'll come back if you guys are still on. I'm just gonna get myself some lunch. All right. Bye.
All right. All right.
I almost crashed into this beamer.
Okay. So Adamantine, comments?
Oh, we're going to talk about the football.
Well, yeah, we are in a little bit. Yeah, you know I am.
Oh, I think it's a largely misunderstanding, but it shows a side of Andy that's not very appealing.
Yeah, I was. Well, I was kind of surprised in that because in the past Andy has been very, I thought has been very generous to smaller YouTubers and and giving them kind of giving them space and a place to kind of be for exposure and stuff. And I always thought that was one of the things recently in his new change that he's made is one of the things that I was kind of missing. I was kind of hoping he would bring back because every once in a while you watch the same YouTubers over and over and stuff, and there's got to be some new good stuff out there, and you're just not finding it because of the the beautiful algorithm loves to fucking bury the good shit. So when I saw that, I was just kind of taken aback because I don't know, man. I had a higher opinion of Andy. That he would, and calling somebody, I think the TMZ thing was more like TMZ has a way of, busting people that are doing wrong. They're usually the first on the scene. They're one of the most credible news outlets that's out there now. Because fucking CNN and MSNBC sure as fuck aren't, with their fucking fake news. They'd rather, report all day long about how, Donald Trump, uses hand sanitizer or the way the wind, flipped his hair back or some shit all day long than actually talk about real news. Whereas on the, TMZ, they uncovered, Whitney Houston's death, and the circumstances around that. That's just one example I can think of off the top of my head. So in my opinion, that wasn't a disrespect at all. I'm kind of concerned with Andy's kind of serious approach because he's known for being a comedian. And that doesn't mean that people think he's stupid. And I think that that may be one of the things about it that people had, you know, he thought that maybe people thought he was stupid. I never did. I think he's one of the smartest people that are on YouTube. You know, he's been able to do what he's done. You know, I just put a bad taste in my mouth. And to be honest with you, you know, I don't know if I can be honest about, you know, some of the people that I interact with on YouTube anymore, because, you know, I'm afraid opportunities will be not denied for me for having an honest opinion.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, I don't think everyone needs to do collab jobs to get famous.
Right. But there's a
at what price do you or anyone else sell their souls? I mean, because this is dirt cheap if you're doing it for YouTube.
You know what, man? That's an excellent point.
Sure.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, wait, were you guys asking me something? I thought it was just like a brainstorm.
I thought you were going to make a comment.
Guys, I can't. There's literally a guy, literally in the middle of the street riding his bicycle. Literally, like dead. You out of your fucking mind, man? The middle. He's got lunch boxes. He's bright. Oh no! Don't do a hand signal, you dumb fuck. Talking about
East Coast people are so charming.
Andy having a small dick, right? Yeah. No, he's angry. He's got a small dick. It happens.
All right, but the other thing I'll say about that showed like a darker side to Andy. It never should have been shown.
You think?
It never should have been put out there.
So do you think?
All I can say is what I would do if I were in Aspie situation.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't show that to anyone other than close friends. I would just make it a point of saying Andy's a dick going forward, but I wouldn't give the details of why he's a dick.
Right, and I agree. I kind of agree 100% with that. But given the fact that, you know, the kids, you know, diagnosis situation, I think that's got to be taken into consideration. And you know, I think that maybe, you know, a pass can be given under circumstances like that. But yeah, that's kind of a taboo thing about sharing DMs. But then, you know, there's another side that says, well, what are you going to post on Twitter and DMs that you wouldn't want anybody to see? Because I mean, shit, these are people that you're tweeting to, and these people that you're talking to, you're not in close proximity to them.
Well, no, but that's why DMs exist. They exist to not be public.
I get it. I get it. I just don't. I don't know. I'm kind of split when it comes to that stuff. Because it's like it's like Dr. Phil says, if you've got nothing to hide, then you're going to hide nothing. You know, that kind of shit.
No, because I was telling, I really couldn't tell Aspie that much because I was on Twitter, but while at work, I could understand someone being upset if they like shared their private DMs. I wouldn't care. Like, one of the main reasons why I got like a big load of subs was that fucking Baron sharing me thinking Andy was Asian DMs. Those were all fucking DMs. I never even knew he was gonna post a video about it. I legit thought
which number one was great, by the way, but number two, that's not really the same thing though, because those didn't.
No, I know it's not the same thing because you like Andy, but anyways,
yeah, I never liked you, Whitey.
No, but dude, I know what you're saying. It's not exactly the same thing, but yet again, to IRATE's point, if you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't get that mad. But here's what I was trying to tell Aspie. I was like, yeah, I can understand if someone does get mad, even if it doesn't even have to do with the something to hide, just the something of, listen, man, like, I just don't want some things to be out there. Like, I want some things to be like, obviously. And listen, I can't be stupid and act like there's no gray area. If Andy Warski went to Aspie and was like, hey, here's my real name and address, don't share this. Obviously, that sharing of a DM is going to be different than me being stupid thinking someone's like, there's obviously differences. But I think it was fun. Like when I first saw that, I was like, bro, honestly, if Andy said that, like I'd be pissed off. Or no, I can understand if someone's pissed off for sharing your DMs or whatever. And then when I saw the actual DM that he sent, I'm like, oh wow, now everyone can actually see what I've been fucking telling you for fucking several months. Awesome. That's kind of what
I don't think it's the big secret you think it is, Whitey. Everyone saw this right after VidCon with the crazy hair.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like what gotcha means. Agree with it.
Right.
What'd you say? You cut out.
I said gotcha in terms of like, yeah, like I agree. Thumbs up.
Right. Yeah. So that, and then there was the deal during Kumite. See, this is what got me into it, was because all out of nowhere, Andy just says, what did he say? So something to T-Tac, goddammit, or fuck you, T-Tac, or some shit like that.
Fuck you, T-Tac.
Yeah, it was like, like they're talking about shit, and they're talking about shit, and then all of a sudden Andy's like, fuck you, T-Tac, and I'm like, holy shit, you know. And it's like I
said that to my T-Tac?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll kill him. I swear to God.
T-Tac evidently, according to Sir Adamantine, was ribbing Andy about this whole Aspie situation. That's what got, and that's why I was trying to get a hold of T-Tac, you know, because I'd like to hear his point on his POV on this deal. Because
real quick, just before it happens, because I know it's gonna happen. I know exactly. I can almost give you a play-by-play. Let's see how I'm like doing a little trans. What's it called when you transition? Oh, transition to like the football thing. But anyways, I'll give you a play-by-play on how this is gonna go down. And he's gonna pretend to like, oh wow, I didn't know Aspie had Asperger's. He's gonna apologize. He's gonna have him on one of his streams. Maybe he's gonna go, hey man, listen, you know, I didn't know you had Asperger's. That wasn't right of me. People are gonna see this and go, oh, you know, Andy just didn't know he had Asperger's. Like, oh wow, like we like him, that scruffy little Canadian dude. It's all gonna blow over, and he's gonna come out as like a nice looking guy and all this. I'm letting you all know that's the play-by-play. Just mark it on your calendars within the next couple weeks.
But
I agree with you.
But does that not mean he's a nice guy if he does that?
No, it means he's fake.
It can mean either.
No. Actually, you know what? Actually, no. I'm sorry. That's an easy way out. I'm done just saying that, because when I say that, people ask me, "What does that mean?" And I don't give. Here, this is what it means. It means people are actually gonna listen to that, right? And forget the fact that what he said wasn't right, even if it was a normal fucking person contacting him with that joke.
Oh.
IRATE, if you said, say Aspie didn't have Asperger's, do you think his reply, you think that was cool? You think that was an okay reply?
That's kind of where I was going with this deal.
It's not okay either way. I mean, listen, you can say whatever you want to say, but either way, he looks like he's a douche. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I tried telling him. I had someone send him a private DM going, dude, you're going to get more hate because you're getting bigger. Don't fucking crack. Well, look at this, cracks.
Well, you know, and I guess everybody, you know, and I call myself a guppy because hell, I've got just, you know, under 400 subs, man, whatever. But it doesn't mean my voice is any less valid than anybody else on YouTube.
Yeah, by the way, stop. I wanted to tell Aspie that too. Like, why did he want to talk to all these people? Sub count doesn't mean anything. Aspie people should be wanting to talk to him as much as I shit on him. He actually has a real fucking talent. Have you heard the kid sing?
He's brilliant. Yes.
Like, like me and Jem and I have been like strangling this kid to get popular. Like, I want this kid's voice to actually be heard.
What was that?
Lighter.
Oh, I thought you had Coach Red Pill in there clapping his hands back there. So, all right. So, I guess you said you wanted to transition. I think this is a good time to go ahead and transition. Just
like, dude, it's not my stream. Whatever, Adam.
No, dude. Say what you want to say, because I want to kind of leave like food for thought, because I think this is something that I need to think about, and I think that if people hear this, that they're probably going to need to think about, you know, too, whether they're content creators or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Not really, to be honest with you.
All right. It's like the deal is that there's people that I communicate with every day on YouTube, and a lot of them through, through DMs, and a lot of those DMs are me kissing ass and asking people if they want to do something, go collab or something or some shit. So if you motherfuckers want to put that shit out there, go for it. I got nothing to hide. I've been told that I would be held, I would be given certain opportunities and stuff. And it's not like I'm not saying that I think that I'm still not going to, get that. I'm just saying that, I'm not hitting anybody up that I didn't. Well, anyway, I don't know what I'm saying with this shit. I'm just saying that, I've got people that I know peripherally, and then I know people that are closer, like Sir Adamantine, and where I'm gonna say stuff to Sir Adamantine that I'm not gonna say to like you, Whitey, or to maybe somebody else, that's a content creator, because I'm closer to Sir Adamantine. We've actually kicked a lot of time together and spent a lot of time together, so we're just, we're tighter. I would never post anything that he has sent me in DM, just on, courtesy out of a friendship.
So you don't have to worry about those anti-Whitey DMs coming out?
Oh, none of that stuff. And of course, those great pics you sent me were, those will never see the light of day.
In a short tweet, I told Aspie, it's like, dude, like, I can totally understand if someone's like, hey, man, not cool. Like, I didn't want you to share my fucking DM. That's like, and I can even understand, oh, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to just block this person. I don't want them sharing my conversations. But that's, it's like two things that were like, yet again, it's weird because on a personal level, I don't care if someone shares my DMs, but I'm not Andy, and nor am I Aspie.
Yeah, it was like that last part that really kind of went, what? Oh man, it was really, to me, that would have been the embarrassing part, because I think that exposed something about, an attitude that's, I don't know.
To be fair, sir, Adamantine was even saying, like, this has kind of been out there since the crazy hair thing, no?
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. And it's, and I've made, comments and judgments about certain, the flash lynchings, or whatever you want to call them, which, I don't know what the fuck to call them. That's the nickname I gave. That's probably not a good term, because they weren't really lynchings, but they were just these flash judgments that were cringy as fuck. Listen, especially the one with the German girl.
I know. I'm sorry. You keep cutting out for me because my phone connection's bad. My bad.
I get it. I just don't know. I don't know how to feel about this stuff. But yeah, the whole deal with the German girl, that took me aback a little bit. But I kind of blew it off, because it's like, holy shit, she is a racist and stuff. And then, and now we're on the other side of all that shit, and it's like it turned out she wasn't a racist. And these people that I was just, and I don't even know why I invest so much.
Hey, T-Tax in the chat.
I don't know. T-Tax in the chat. I can send him the.
Hey, IRATE.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna talk to you because yeah, I know how much I keep shitting on you the past few weeks. No, because I actually do genuinely like you. And
I know.
The thing is, one of the reasons I'm a dick towards everyone is that I know for a fact that I'll never know any of these people what they really are. So I'm not gonna I can't go, oh yeah, that person, I'm friends with that guy. It's like, no, how can I be friends with someone I've never seen in my life and I talk to once a week? It's like, oh, that person's a good guy. How can I know they're a good guy? How? Like, oh, they stream for a couple hours. I watched their video. Like, no, I can't know even you, even Adamantine, anyone, if they're a good guy or not. You guys could have fucking dead bodies.
I'm not.
In your freezer. You know?
Yeah, Sir Adamantine is one of the few people that will actually tell you that they're not a good person. I don't believe that, but
I'm a piece of shit, and I think everyone here on YouTube is.
Yeah, well, see that, and that's one thing that I've never parsed anything. I don't have any fucking higher purpose to be on YouTube. I'm a fame whore. I want people to listen to me. I want people.
I got to interrupt for a second. T-Tac said he can't come on because he's at work.
Okay.
So T-Tac, we heard the thing today on the Kumite where you were trolling Andy, and he's like, "Fuck you." Do you have anything to say about that?
Just to let you know, guys, yet again, if you want play-by-play, this, no matter what happens, since said on the Kumite, if people start going, "Oh yeah, he said this and that," people will go, "Oh, you're just being sensitive. You don't know the way of the Kumite. It's all for shits, and like you're supposed to be an asshole." Like this, I knew that. I can already see. This is what I've been fucking trying to tell you.
That was ad hominem, though, Whitey. It just came out of nowhere.
I don't care.
No, I'm serious. It was not. It had nothing to do with the Kumite. That's my point.
No, that's the thing. I know that. Yet, since it was on the Kumite, you can just go, "Oh, it was on the Kumite." Like what? I can see the defense forces. I can see the walls being built to shield from the like brick by motherfucking brick.
Oh, that was definitely an instance of that wasn't a funny fuck you. That was a shield went down fuck you.
I bet it was. I don't even have to fucking say it. I bet it was, because no one ever says fuck you to T-Tag. That's my boy.
That's what I was telling Sir Adamantine, man. It's like he's one of the most T-Tag's one of the most diplomatic, one of the most funniest motherfuckers, and I don't know anybody that hates him or that has anything bad to say about it. Nobody.
I'll tell you one thing: if he starts beating me at South Korea, I'm gonna start hating him.
Well, whatever. I mean, it's like you got to take the L, like fucking Tonka says, right? And that's kind of something. I was fucking with him because Tonka was doing this JF Garapay thing, and I do a much better imitation of JF Garapay than anyone else on YouTube, in my opinion. But this cannot be proved, but only on one place, and that would be on the Kumite. But because I don't understand that, I threw out the challenge in the chat of the Kumite, and Tim Tarbox, I believe his name is. He pointed out to Tonka that I challenged him several times. And at the end, Tonka said that he pretty much conceded the fact that I did a much better imitation, and did not give me a chance to actually battle him on the Kumite, the blood sport, where he is the expert. I just thought that was quite interesting. But anyway, so.
It's funny. I've never like, I've probably heard like that guy talk a few times, and like one half of me is like, "Yo, this guy's a genius," just based off his fucking accent. Me's like, if this dude had like an accent of someone from America or like the South America, like someone from the South, I'd be like, this guy's fucking retarded. So like his accent makes people think he's smart, which is beautiful. I wish I had that.
Well, actually, he is smart, man. He's got a doctorate.
No
He's got a doctorate in fucking biology. He studies genetics and stuff.
What does that mean? That he knew how to take the lungs out of the little pig when it was frozen.
No, it's a little bit more complex than that. But it's a heady type of. No, there's different. All right, I don't want to argue about this, man. Okay. I just, man, I feel kind of, I don't know. I feel like I feel like a kid that just like learned Santa Claus was fake or some shit,
Well,
you're
you're not gonna believe me, but this is like another reason why I yell at people, because I yell at them going, "Stop it."
You really feel that way, all right?
Part of me does.
Oh,
I'll be honest.
No, they're almost all dicks.
Yeah, well,
You didn't think Jeff Holiday was a dick either? Jeff Holiday's a little fuck.
Yeah, I could sense that. I could sense that in him, especially when he did the "fuck you, I love you" video. Kind of gave that away, but
they think they're celebrities.
Yeah, it's YouTube, y'all.
They make as much as a low-level corporate manager, and they think they're celebrities.
Probably less, dude.
Fair,
What?
I'm a pretty big deal. Let's be fair.
Oh Lord!
Infamous and famous are two different things, Whitey.
By the way, what does infamous even mean? To be
fair? It means famous for a negative thing, like infamy. Like
really?
Yeah, to be infamous. Charles Manson was infamous,
yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's right. Now he died. That's right.
He just died. And they're arguing over his estate.
That's crazy.
Hey,
I have a question. Why is it when someone dies, you use past tense? I mean, he's still Charles Manson. He's just dead Charles Manson.
I know.
That's the smartest thing I ever asked.
No, it's like that fucker's history, man. It's like move on. I think it's I don't know, an eternal thing that we. It's just the human sense of having to move on, and so we prepare for our own inevitable death. I think it's a way that we deal with our own death by doing that. You want to get philosophical on it, but okay.
Dan, this girl's a MILF.
A MILF.
Yeah, there's a car crash, so like the traffic's bumper to bumper. But oh my god, like she's a little old, like she's an older MILF. But I mean, oh my god, she's a MILF.
Okay. Hey man, look, the older you get, the better looking they get.
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
It's like that joke from Tom Segura. It's like you get to a point where it's like if it's a body part that smells, I just want it in my face.
God. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's that'll segue us into the football game. Let's do that. How about that? So
what did the audience draw?
Well, how many people are in there? I don't even know.
27.
27. Hey y'all.
Sir. Yeah, good fucking job, man.
Yeah, no shit. It's like yeah, and that'll probably dry up now because of me opening my mouth. But it's like I'm not going to lie to people, man. I don't want to. I'm not going to suck dicks. That's not me, man. And if I've been sending you fucking DMs and asking for this or that, the other, or maybe you've sent me a DM saying that you felt like you've ignored me or something, and you'll make it up and all that stuff. You're not obligated in that shit, man. If you want to do something with me because you like my stuff, then let's do it. And if if you don't, I'm not gonna suck any more dicks. This is all right. I'm a 55. Well, that's your preference, my man. Okay, but here's the deal. I'm an old man. I got nothing to lose. And you know what? I'm gonna start talking what's really in my heart. All right. I think that fucking this whole deal that's going on, and I'm really kind of disappointed in Jim Medeker because he let some people slide because I think he has a closer relationship to him, right? One being Coach Red Pill, and two, another I think would be Andy. I think Andy's a big part of this deal too, but. That's where I'm at right now. You want me unfiltered, you're going to get me unfiltered. This is, I'm tired of kissing ass. So that's just, I needed to get that off my chest because, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and, I'm just I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not a dick sucker. You know, when I was doing it, I felt cringy and shit. I didn't like, you know, what I was doing. I like doing what, you know, I like doing what I like to do. And if people want to, you know, hang out and hang out with me and talk about shit, I'm down with that. And, you know, if you don't, that's okay too, man. But I'm sick. I'm done sucking dicks and kissing ass, man. If you got more subs than me, more power to you, man. And good luck. You know, it's like, this is fucking YouTube, y'all. We're just a bunch of narcissistic, you know, individuals that want attention. And if you think you're more than that, then how come you're not on fucking CNN or 60 Minutes or you know, how come you're not on fucking YouTube or Netflix or, you know, whatever, man? I mean, those are really famous people. You know, internet fame is it's like you know, it's almost like the H.L. Mencken said that a lot of people think that life is like, you know, like, you know, God's a blacksmith and we're we're, you know, humanity's the horseshoe. And he said, in truth, we're the sparks.
There's only one YouTube celebrity.
Yeah. And that's PewDiePie, you know, and yeah, but you know, and every time I say that name, somebody does that. But so, you know, there's other people that have more subs than him, man. There's
no one that has anywhere near the subs of him.
Yeah, but I think there's 3 people that have more subs, and I can't remember what they are. But one of them's an educational, and then one of them is a big organizational.
Oh, we're not talking like CNN or places like. We're talking like individuals.
Right. That's the point. Yeah, individual wise, he's got it. He's the king. So. But yeah, every time I want to talk about the damn football game, I'm thrilled that Alabama pulled that shit out. But the game was just amazing.
It was amazing in terms of the fourth quarter and beyond. Like I was watching, dude, Georgia. They had, you know, I was thinking. It was 6-0, right before halftime. It was 6. No, I shouldn't say.
It was 10-0, wasn't it? No, it was 13. No, that was 6-0. You're right.
It was 6-0 it became 13-0. But what I was saying is, like, it was 6-0, and I was watching the game, and I'm like, yo, if Alabama can just stop them from scoring a touchdown, makes it 9-0 going into half, then, dude, Alabama. I'm sorry, I just drank a lot of water. Kind of would be thrilled in terms of Georgia was dominating that whole first half. They really were. And the fact that nothing, at least let it show on the scoreboard. And I understand a couple of people were like, oh, Georgia, they left points on they left points off the board because they couldn't get it in the end zone. Well, to be fair, Alabama missed a couple field goals, so they also left points off the board.
Oh God, I know it.
Yeah, dude. And by the way, like, even though Alabama won, there was one NFL kicker on that field, and that was the kid from Georgia. Like,
no shit, that kid is great. Yeah, the dude with the glasses, that dude was killer. Look, I've been bitching about Alabama's fucking kicking game for fucking 12 years now. Really longer than that. We have never really had we have one solid kicking special teams squad. And it's this one coach, man, that's a special teams coach that was with fucking Saban ever since Michigan State. And he's kept him with them all these years. And he's mediocre, you know. And that's one of those things. My concept has always been, if you want excellent football, you've got to be able to score on all 3 aspects of your team. And that's special teams, offense, and defense. Right. If you can score with your offense, your defense, and your special teams, you're going to win every game. That's my theory.
Oh fuck! It was crazy though. Even when it was 2010, I'm like, dude, like this is Alabama's gonna fucking come back. I already know it. Like, it's you know.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they fucking. Here's why. Because mostly about this game for me is I just like both teams. There's no reason for me to like East Coast, Northeast. especially New York, we're not like because there's nothing really here. And so I'm watching this game, and I'm like, I guess I want Georgia to win based off the fact that Alabama always wins, and Georgia hasn't won since the early '80s. And then I'm watching this game. It's 2010, and I'm just like, fucking Alabama's gonna find a way to pull one out of their fucking ass. The kid, number 48, the kid who got into a fight with his coach on the sideline, comes
I
back
know. Go ahead.
and he clothesline tackles someone on special teams. They don't throw a flag, which, by the way, they should. It was a good tackle, but it was just funny to see him back on the field making a difference in the game after he threw a punch at a coach on the sideline. That wouldn't happen in the NFL. They wouldn't have let him back in the game.
Dude, there was something said about somebody on the team that fucking there was something personal shit that was said on that shit. I would love to find out what it was, because that dude, he was pissed. He went over there and told everybody on the team, and they got pissed. So it must have been something like big, one of those, how those secrets and shit go on, behind the scenes with teams and shit, and people, getting out of jail, and that person wasn't arrested, or piss tests and that kind of shit. But the game, I told Izzy Q, I said, who can also watch a fucking football game and know exactly what's going on the whole game. All right. That's one thing about marrying a girl from the South, is that, anyway, I told her, I said that if it goes to OT, Bama's got the edge here, because last week Georgia won in double overtime against Oklahoma, right? And for some reason, I think that the way you mentally and physically prepare for sports is that I think your body and your mind are set for a certain amount of time. I don't think it's a conscious thing at all. I think it's an unconscious thing, like muscle memory, that kind of shit. And I said that they shot their wad. Remember, I sent you that tweet last night. I said, did Georgia shoot their wad last week on their overtime? And sure enough, it came back, man. And they kicked the field goal, and I said, holy shit, we can't kick a goddamn field goal. We're going to lose this fucking game. And that Hawaiian kid, man, he threw that beautiful pass. First of all, he like fucks up and gets sacked to 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And I said, oh shit, we're gonna, and then he threw the pass, man, and that was it. The game was over, and I'm like, holy shit. I was so happy. It was great. It was a glorious experience. I'm a lifelong dude. I say this, and I'm not lying, man. I knew who Bear Bryant was before I knew who Santa Claus was. Okay, that's the kind of house I grew up in, and that's Alabama football is all I've known my whole life. So it was a beautiful day for me. So, comments, questions? I see we did lose some viewers.
I only have one comment, and you know what it is already.
Go for it, brother.
Boring.
I knew it. So, all right. Well, Whitey, are you still there, man? So, Adamantine?
I'm here.
Okay. I guess, is Whitey muted? He's not muted or anything, so whatever.
Well, he said he was on his phone. He was getting cell service, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Tim Tarbox. Boring. ... is Sinatra says on.
Boring. ... Yeah. All right. So is Tim Tarbox? I had invited him to come on here and talk earlier, and he said he didn't have the means to do that. So I do need to give him a shout out. And thanks for having my back on that whole JF imitation thing. I thought that could have been funny and shit, but fuck, who am I?
You got Samaj on here.
Samaj, how are you? It's good to see you.
Oh, we got Jack of All's better half, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name.
Yeah, that is a what is that? That's
that
Norwegian,
is very Norwegian.
Norwegian. He's let's see. I'm trying to get to the damn watch page. Okay, here's the watch page. I'm pulling it up so I can say hi to everybody. I don't know. It's showing that Whitey filming the thing. So, was that Whitey, or was that you?
That wasn't me.
Okay. Yeah, I think I hear Whitey trying to talk, and it's like some kind of strange robot, and he's gone. Okay. Good. Okay.
Good.
Well, not good. Not good. Not good that he's gone. It's just good that there's some kind of decision on there. Thanks for the offer. All right. Tim Tarbuck says. Samaj says, "Was seeing the doctor now. I'm getting comics." Oh, okay.
Samaj, by the way, just like to say, you have no idea who I am, but I know who you are, and I'm sorry for your loss recently.
Yeah. Yeah, Samaj. What's your favorite comic right now? And I do want to, officially thank God that Marvel has seen the light and has decided to abandon their SJW horse shit that they were doing for 2 years of just horribleness.
I don't pay attention to comics. I just pay attention to comic movies, which are the best movies.
Well, yeah, of course, because it's based on stuff that was done when comics were good. All those stories came out in the 80s and 90s. All the stuff that all those movies that you're watching, I read them, back in the day. So, they tweak them a little bit and change little things here and there. Says lies. Marvel will be communist for life now, says Frank Rizzo. Dan asks, there is no channel on my app to speak, but thanks. Oh, there is no channel on my alt speak, but thanks. I'm not sure what that means. Do you know what that means, Sir Adamantine?
No clue.
Max France says, social justice doesn't sell. Sooner businesses learn that, the better. There's no pleasing SJWs. Frank Rizzo says, thank you, IRATE Prostate. I'm telling you, they don't do it.
We do have another bit of gossip we can discuss, which was kind of addressed today on the Kumite, but
criticizing you for criticizing the team because he said you were a couch potato.
Who was saying that?
Dan asked.
Okay.
Me and a half.
Whatever. It's okay, man. I am a couch potato, but Dan, are you? Yeah, you're the. Anyway, go ahead. Let's talk about what you want to talk about, Sir Adamantine.
So we all saw, I'm sure, Mr. Medicare's latest video the other day. Quality as always, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it was the night before last. Maybe it was last night. I don't know. It all blurs together. But Liz Reptile and her minions had a stream where they were essentially celebrating their vindication. It was one of the most disgusting instances of people being completely unself-aware that I've ever seen in my life. It's like, you actually think you came out of this smelling like roses instead of complete and total shit? I mean, I know she's stupid. I mean, she's probably borderline retarded, but I didn't know she was that stupid.
Yeah, I got nothing for that, man. I was seeing that stuff, and it was just like, it's almost like they're like, do you remember the dude during the Iraq War where he was like saying that there was no tanks in the city and like there was fucking tanks driving behind him and shit? What was that guy's name? Baghdad Bob or some shit.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I can't think of his name, but I know who you mean.
Yeah, but so so they're doing some kind of propaganda flip on all this stuff, and
it's convincing absolutely nobody. It just makes them look stupid.
Well, I mean, you know,
I don't know as a fact, but just what I was gleaning from some tweets I saw, I think they already took it down.
yeah. Yeah, well, I saw they showed some of it on Kumite at the end. Was that what they were running? Was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
or was that live? I couldn't.
No. That's the one I'm referring to, and it wasn't live. It was from before.
Okay, so it's from the other night.
It was so delusional. It was. By the way, I don't know if Red and Only is still in the chat, but Red and Only was She was posting some of the best comments in their chat. It was hilarious.
Oh wow, where did she go? See, I never checked the damn. I don't check the chats and stuff. I would have.
Yes, I watched the chat the whole time. She was. I don't know if she's still there, but she was there for a while at least.
That sucks, man. I would have sent her an invite because.
Fuck, man.
You there?
Oh, a telephone pole came down. Oh my god. Oh, that deserves some traffic. Okay, this is oh damn, that truck hit the telephone pole.
You there, Whitey? Because we haven't been able to hear you since I finished talking about, or just before I finished talking about the game.
Yeah, we're done with the game, by the way, because we're losing. We were like bleeding out watchers.
It doesn't matter.
Dude, I just have bad reception. Like the area I'm at right now, it's just a bunch of freaking trees, poles. Not poles like Polish people, but poles.
Gotcha. Can y'all take it for a couple of seconds? I'll be right back.
Oh, jeez.
What's going on, Wadey?
You're probably gonna have this one because, like I said, my connection, and I'm also driving fast, so I can barely hear. But nothing much. How you been?
I'm still waiting for you to follow me.
Did I stop following you again?
You never refollow. You sent me out some tweet like I missed you something, blah blah blah. Like I'm assuming you followed me, so I follow you back, and you didn't follow me, you fucker.
Oh my, dude! I was following almost around 1,100 people, and then I unfollowed every single person except 2, and then so many people bitched, so I decided to go from 2 to 9. I think I'm at 9 now. 7.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Before you lost your first account, you followed 13 people, and I was one of them. And then
That's true.
Then you pull this shit.
Yep, I unfollowed you. Now you know how it feels, asshole. How's everything else been with you, man? Because I really don't even though we've talked, it's very small sentences. I don't know really anything about your life.
There's nothing to know. I'm a dick and I'm drunk. That's about it.
True, I feel you. I'm a dick and I'm driving. I'm probably gonna die because half these people don't have their lights on.
Yeah, we'll miss you when you're gone. Mostly.
No one's gonna miss me. There will literally be tweets of joy just going on. Just woo! I can't wait till I delete my Twitter too. That's coming within the next couple months.
Oh no! Don't do that.
I have to because I just want. I'm gonna just be on the Twitter for the podcasts that Jem and I do. I don't want Twitter. Twitter sucks now, dude. People are dude, you can't even tell a joke with someone going, "Oh, what did you mean by that?" It's like, I don't got time to look at this shit.
Because I'm not really familiar with this. I mean, I'm vaguely familiar with it, but nothing more. Why don't you use this this opportunity to pimp your podcast in the future?
To pimp my podcast?
Yeah. What are you doing? Where's it going to be? Like, how's this? What's the deal?
You're talking about me and Jen. We don't even have. We didn't even buy pens yet to write this shit down. You know what I mean? We have no idea where. It's I'll give you simplistic stuff, but it's we want it to be 2.5 hours. We just want it to be us two talking and shit, and just actually talking, not because if people were going dude, it's never gonna happen because they thought based off how we do our streams, it's not gonna be anything like our fucking streams. Our streams, Gemini's eating soup, I'm eating chips, we're muting people. Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Is this gonna be on YouTube too, or?
We're gonna stream it live on YouTube. Yet it's gonna be for a podcast, so it's gonna be for like iTunes and shit like that. So we're actually not even gonna address the chat. We're gonna just have it live on YouTube, and if possibly simultaneously have it live.
That's easy for you to say.
Simultaneously.
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 Yeah, I'm the ignorant idiot from the South.
When do you plan on starting this?
Once Jem starts fucking talking to me again.
Are you still gonna have your YouTube channels?
Of course, yeah, dude. I just fucking bought all the parts to the PC. By the way, thank you and to everyone else that helped out with that. I fucking bought. And by the way, when I say helped out, I don't mean I was asking for money. I mean in terms of I saved all my fucking Patreon money for the PC. It's coming in probably this week, and I'm gonna build it. And then once I get it built, I can start pumping out videos again. So yeah, I'm gonna still have it.
Can you put together a model, like a model car or anything like that?
I used to do that. Oh my god, that just brought me back. I used to put together these modeled cars with the little glue, and you would have to break off the pieces of this like rectangular hollow piece of plastic, and you'd have the tires and I built like Chevelles and 1950s Corvettes and shit. Oh, I love that.
That's interesting because putting together a computer is a lot like that. Just follow the instructions, man. And,
I just need glue. Good.
Well, no, you don't need glue, but you know, if you got a good screwdriver, you do need some stuff. That's the big problem with working on, especially with the motherboard part and attaching that inside the box is static. So there's some things you can do to reduce static. You can look up a list on the internet. It'll tell you all that stuff, but that's the biggest problem. And once you get past that, and really, even if you do have a static discharge when you're putting the board in, don't worry about it. It probably won't fuck the board up because they're so much sturdier now than they used to be. So
what's funny is that I remember when I was real young as a kid, my cousin, he said, I built this computer, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god, like it blew my mind. See, as an adult now, I know what build a computer means. You buy the parts and you put it together.
You assemble it, right?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought like he built it, like he cut up the plastic fan and he got that green piece of plastic and put all those metal parts on it. You know when like you open your remote control and it's got that green piece of plastic with all the soldered metal and that little brown cylinder looking thing that's always on something electronical. I thought he built that like from scratch.
Yeah, that's a capacitor.
Yeah, no, that's not what he did. So I was actually very unimpressed with my cousin, and now I hate him.
That's interesting, man. You know, I still build models. I do tanks and aircraft and shit, and sometimes gay robots. But that might be something to talk about in the future.
You tuned out when you said your thing. What was it?
I was saying that I've been known to build some models of my own, but I build like modeled World War II, World War Vietnam era, Korean era tanks and aircraft, stuff like that. Try to make them look as real as possible. Get into it, yeah.
I did model planes. I did a few model planes when I was younger, but I was more into cars. I was more into like the classic hot rod type cars or muscle cars. Yeah,
I've got a 409. You ever heard that song 409? I've got one of those I need to build. Also got that movie. What was that movie called? Bullet. Yeah, that green Mustang.
Oh yeah, with Steve McQueen.
Yeah, I've got one of those too. So yeah, that's interesting. That's a dying art with young people nowadays. And there's hours of fun when you're a kid.
Oh yeah, dude, dude. I was watching kids shows the other day because I'm a pedophile, and
what was that, Amos?
I'm just watching. Yeah. He's eating cereal next to me. I'm eating Lucky Charms. He's eating Fruity Pebbles. We got a kid in the cage. We're watching. I think it was Teen Titans Go or something with my girlfriend, and and the commercials come on, and they're selling toys, and like I'm kind of like boredom. Like it was blowing my mind. I'm like, dude, I'm so surprised that like companies are still able to sell toys based off all the electronic shit that's out there now.
Well, that's pretty much, all the cartoons were just, platforms for ads. I mean, especially like G.I. Joe and all that shit. I mean, those were just designed to be 30-minute commercials for the action figures and shit, or boy dolls is what they really are, action figures. Boys don't play with dolls. We play with action figures.
All right, I gotta go get inside my complex. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
All right. You gonna be hanging? Well, no, whatever. So. All right, shooting the shit, kicking the bobo, losing friends left and right. It's all in a day's work.
Well, when we stop talking about football, we stop the bleeding.
Well, I get you. I dig. So where do we go from here? This is new territory.
Are we talking YouTube here?
Yeah. Where does YouTube need to go? What do the people need that they don't know they need?
Oh, I still think you'll all be kicked off of YouTube within a year. Chew tops.
Yeah, for to be replaced with something like YouTube Red.
Anything corporate.
Bigger platform.
Anything that they can shill out to Procter and Gamble and not worry about anyone bitching about.
Yeah, see, I always thought that they were doing that to free up server space for streaming stuff, channels and HBO shit like that. I still think that's their master plan, is that they're going to roll something like that within the next 5 years, and they want something that's going to be competitive with Hulu and Netflix. They're not going to go the Crackle route or anything like that. I think they're going to go where they surpass the advertisers altogether, and I think that it'll be it'll be just pay for service type thing, and that the YouTubers, if any, make it, will be like the PewDiePies or people like that, maybe.
Oh, I'm pretty sure PewDiePie is pretty high on their hit list, actually.
You think so?
God, yeah.
Yeah. So if you kill the 5 million,
I don't remember the numbers.
I mean, 54 million. Excuse me.
I don't remember the numbers at all, but I remember reading a statistic of what percentage of YouTube PewDiePie represents with this 50-odd million subs, and as far as views go, it was a fraction.
Yeah, it's probably less than 1% in that.
I think it was a lot less than 1%, actually.
Yeah, a percent of 1%.
So yeah, none of you all, us all, whatever, matter.
Guys, I have some breaking news.
Break it.
Has the knee thing reoccurred?
Breaking news. One of the parts of this computer just came in. I'm gonna open this shit. Oh yeah.
Where did you go to get it?
What's up?
Where did you get your stuff from?
Newegg.
Yeah, that's where I go.
Fucking huge. It made out of plastic. What the fuck is this shit?
What are you looking at?
Are you actually going to try to assemble this thing yourself, Whitey?
Yes.
You do know what's going to happen, right?
I'm going to get electrocuted. Hold on, I'm trying to get out of the box.
Oh, I think that's a better case scenario than I thought.
Oh.
I love you, Whitey, but you can't find your way out of the average room.
I can't get it out of the box. The styrofoam's too tight.
See?
No, is that is that your box? Is that the container? The tower?
I don't know. I'll find out once the box is open.
How big is it? Give me dimensions.
Dude, it looks like it's. Oh shit! Don't tell me I just broke it. Come on, that was cool.
This is better than acid, man.
Yeah, this is destined to end well, right?
Yes.
Okay, guys, it looks like it's light. Oh, I can plug USB 3 stuff in here. This looks like the
motherboard.
Yeah, there's a big power button. You think that's the motherboard?
Say that again.
There's a big power button that says power on it. Well, it doesn't say power. It's got the power symbol.
Okay, is it a big box?
Yeah, it looks like the thing that computers have, those big rectangle things.
Okay, yeah, that may be your power unit.
Things that you put the CDs in and you plug your USB cables in and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be the box. So that's your tower. So
there's wires in this shit, man.
Yeah, is it already assembled?
Oh, dude, there's wires and a fan. I like that it's red and black. That's baller. That's cool. This is gonna be cool, man.
Yeah. So it sounds
it's all gonna be wet black sludge by the time the fire department leaves.
Yeah, that's your tower. That's your tower case. Is the motherboard already in it and all that shit?
What's a motherboard?
The motherboard would be the thing that has the CPU, the processing unit, like the Intel or AMD chip.
Oh, did I break that, or is that supposed to happen?
Oh God.
Oh boy. No.
It would be cool. It would be cool if you had a camera.
Go back in, Phil. Oh, please go back in. Okay, I went back in. Almost had a heart attack.
Do you have a camera? Do you have a camera on that phone? Can you pop it on for a second and just show me what you got?
I'm not my computer.
What?
I'm not gonna dox my computer.
That's funny.
This is beautiful. Like, I'm hugging it. Oh, it looks so pretty.
So it sounds like you got an assembled computer. All you got to do is just plug it up to like the keyboard and
this is the only part that came in so far. I can give you. Hold on. It's in my Discord. Shit. Fuck. I can give you the specs. I don't think I can. Maybe let me go into my Discord and see if I can give you the specs through the.
Yeah.
For being.
I know you're riveted to this, Sir Adamantine, but the idea of Whitey assembling a computer is quite intriguing.
Why is it
about it?
I find the idea hilarious. I just want him to try to plug in something so we can actually get the, we can get the money shot, so to speak.
You want me to plug in something? I realized that my phone wasn't charged. It wasn't plugged in.
That would be helpful, dude.
All right, let's see if I can get this shit.
And all of a sudden we hear a high electrical discharge and then nothing.
I can't really plug it in at the moment. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna. Are you able to go in your Discord DM? IRATE?
Yeah, I can get in there.
All right, I just sent you a picture of the specs. The specs. I feel so smart saying it. Like, specs.
God.
The specs. Me, see me. Well, it's like LMAO. Did you just get the tower?
That sounds like the tower, doesn't it?
Dual that's what it's called. Yeah, I just got the fucking tower.
Okay, so this is all that's in it, right? All this shit that you're showing me.
Yes, that's what I.
Yeah, so you got it all installed. So you got your AMD Ryzen 3, 3.5 gigahertz, which is fucking smarter because Intel's processors have been fucked for the past 10 years, and they just let that news out.
Oh, someone asked them to copy and paste in chat. I sent him. It's like a picture, guys. Someone took a screenshot of their specs.
Yeah, it's a 1 terabyte hard drive. Yeah, 72 RPM. See, it's yeah. Okay, so yeah, you got just 4 gigs of RAM.
Geranium? What's a geranium?
No, DRAM. SDRAM is the memory. It's the hard memory.
Is that what this runs on?
Random access memory, RAM.
Yo, fuck you, do the chat. I opened it up. I'm on
PCI Express. Let's see, DDR3. Okay, you got the ATX video graphics card. So this is a gaming rig, isn't it?
Well, no. See, I asked people. I need a computer that's gonna be all right. So, all right, here.
To make videos.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see the stream, so the money I've been making from Patreon, I've been saving it up because I wanted to invest it into a computer. That way I'll be able to make better fucking videos. So I asked everyone, guys, that's good at two things, really. Great at editing videos and great at streams. And they're like, oh, so you need a gaming computer. I'm like, sure, why not? I don't fucking care. So we had a stream where like we got some. It went awful, by the way, but I thought it was hilarious, and Jem did too. We were asking a bunch of computer people, like, "Hey, what parts should we get?" And we all kind of like went to the point of this list that you're reading, like, "Hey, get this computer," and I bought all those parts the other day.
Oh, and they assembled it for you.
No, they did not. No, I'm assembling it.
It says right here it's pre-installed, so all the shit that. What you mean of assemble is you're going to plug like there's
no way this is the only part of the computer. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, it's your tower. That's your tower with all the main shit in it, right?
What was weird to me is when I bought it, for some reason, like I had to get it as a guest, and Newegg like split it up into like 3 or 4 separate orders, yet there was like 5 or 6. You can see the list. There was like multiple parts bought. I don't know why they didn't all ship it at once. I added it all to one cart. I didn't get that.
So they could get more money, dude.
It was all, but it wasn't like I had a shipping and handling fee for all the parts separately. I had one shipping and handling fee. I don't know why.
Yes. They're deceptive. It's deceptive because the way they do it is like eBay. They've got multiple different sellers that they use. If you do like Newegg only, it'll just bring up the shit that they've got that they sell. But if you go through the whole thing, then you're going to see all these other different sellers. So some of this shit probably came from other sellers, and then they assembled it. And so you've got a tower, and you're going to plug your monitor in it, and your keyboard, and your mouse or trackball, whatever you use.
Reddit only in the chat goes, Whitey needs a speak and spell, not a gaming computer.
Where's Red? Is Red back?
I invited her. She can't join.
She can't join.
She's on it. She only has her phone.
Oh, okay.
This is fun, but yeah, no. I don't know. Now, based off that picture, I didn't buy it like that picture. So after that picture was sent to me by my boy 4chan, who, dude, was like one of the main helps in building this computer, if not the main help. He did.
Yeah.
4chan for president.
Dude, I think I got kicked out of that fucking stream where y'all were talking about that shit. Remember?
That probably happened. But yeah, 4chan, when he sent me that screenshot, he sent me all the separate links of the parts. So what I did was I opened all those tabs at work. I went to one, and then I went to the other one. I kept adding them to the cart, and then I bought it. And so now I'm just waiting on it. And now I got one part.
Now you got it. Yeah, that's the tower, dude. You should be able to plug your keyboard and your mouse into it and your monitor, and at least run it for a little while until you get your new monitor and your new other shit.
Whitey, I actually don't want to see you die, so let me give you some unsolicited advice. Have anyone else set this up for you.
All right. This is the plan. This is the plan. What I'm gonna do is wait till I get all the parts, and I'm gonna go into Discord voice chat and invite computer people to come on with me in the voice chat, like, you know, whether one of you guys or someone or 4chan, maybe even Ghastly. I think he said he'll help, and I'll just be like, all right, guys, what do I start clicking into place? Someone said that I should stream that. I'm like, dude, there's no no one's gonna be interested in that.
I would see that. See, I'm one of those people that are interested in stupid shit like that. I mean, shit that's stupid to other people like that. I like it. I get into this stuff. I'm like the techie. What T-Tac's going? Jesus, what you Jesus can for?
Well, T-Tac's about to lose one of his best friends.
Why?
Electrocution.
Oh,
Because I'll probably die. Oh.
Make sure you're standing in the bathtub with just about 4 inches of water,
Just
barefooted. Who is that?
You know what's fun? Declan, right? If you guys know Declan Black, he's actually pretty cool. If you don't, he's got a YouTube channel. He was asking me, he's like, "Did you get a box?" And I'm like, "What do you mean a box?" He goes, "Did you get a box for your thing?" I'm like, I think so. I didn't know how to answer him. And like, I guess he means a box, like where you put like the stuff, like the wires and the fan.
Yeah, the tower. Yeah.
I think Aspie's rejoined us.
Yeah.
The box. Okay, I got the box. This is the box.
Yeah,
I thought he meant like the box.
Yeah, like
I'm holding.
Yeah, like a cardboard box.
Yeah, I'm holding one now. I thought that's what he meant. So when this cardboard box came in, second, I'm like, oh, I think that's the box that Declan was talking about.
Right. The tower is the box is a nickname for the tower. So that's what you got. It sounds like you got a nice one. You got
explaining this to you will be like you explaining Hangouts to me. Will be a train. Everything I do is a train wreck.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, T-Tac, the hard part's over with. I mean, shit. At least he doesn't have to like install like the fucking RAM and shit and the the chip and all that shit, all that stuff. I mean, imagine that, and then putting on the heat sink and shit.
Did you just call it a heat stink?
No, a heat sink.
Okay, just checking there.
The heat sink is this like
I know what it is. I just thought you said stink.
Okay, yeah, it helps withdraw the heat from those things. Those chips get really, 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 really hot, and so the heat sink helps them stay cool.
You know what I have to do? I'm gonna have to buy those. See, like Lysol makes these little wipes where like you pull them out and they're already kind of damp, and you use them to like take off dust and stuff. I'm gonna buy a little bit of those. That way, this thing, keep it nice and clean.
Yeah,
nice
rub those across the board as it's plugged in. That I'm sure that'll turn out well.
Okay.
Yeah, man, do it, Matt. Do it.
All right, Duel. That sounds like a better idea.
All right, I'm back and I fixed the audio.
All right.
Hello.
There's no book. They didn't give me a book. They're basically like, you're on your own. Here's some stuff.
Dude, the thing is assembled, Duel. It's the only thing that he's got us hooked to it is the monitor, the keyboard, and the speakers. It's been assembled.
Oh, Dan S is like, lick the plug while you do it.
Yeah.
I love the color of this thing, man. When I bought the parts, I didn't even look at the fucking colors, bro. I just looked at the links that people gave me and just said, yep, I'm going to buy that, whatever the fuck that is. I trust these people who I don't know. I literally could have bought a severed head from Newegg. I wouldn't have known it until it came in. I still would be confused.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like you got a good deal. The price, I probably could have hooked up with a better deal, but everybody's like got their own fucking autistic shit. Shit intended on that. What I mean is that everybody's got their predilections when it comes to this stuff, and they're like, you need to get this, and this, and it gets real confusing because you got your AMD people, you got your Intel people, and everybody's like, it's like Auburn versus Alabama or Georgia versus Alabama.
Yeah,
they're both good. It's just you're gonna have people argue over the shit. D. Bronnert's asking how much was it. I added it up, but I'm not going to say.
Oh no, it says it on the. I posted it. Oh, can you explain this then to me, IRATE, please? for me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the image.
Okay,
All right.
yeah. So well, no, real quick though, because the image, right? There's two prices. One, which is what I know is almost 100% close to what I paid, and then there was this other thing that one of the parts on the build price was like 50 something bucks, and then on the build 2 price was like 200 something bucks. What the heck does build 2 price mean?
I think that you saved a. Well, all right, on the bottom, did you pay the smaller number or the higher number?
The 500. I think it was total with shipping, handling, all that, like 570 something. They told me that they wanted to make it that because when I buy a monitor, it would be close to the $800 budget. But then they said just use your TV, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just use my TV.
Right. Here's the deal. That 215. They gave you a deal because you bought it in this little package here. You let them package it up for you, so they cut you a deal, man. They cut you what, $150 off the price of that damn thing. That if you would have actually assembled it yourself, it would have costed just $700. But since you let them assemble it, then it was $200 less. So, all right, the Ryzen thing right at the top, the first thing you're talking about, the 129, that's your processor, okay? And then then your motherboard, the $74.99, all right, and then the hard drive, all right, that's the thing that all your information's on. Then you got a 4 gigabyte 288 pin DDR4 SDRAM DDR, which is a digital drive. Okay. And that holds, that's a new way that they're doing the hard drives to make the computer smaller. Right. Because some of the information doesn't move. So, whereas it would take me an hour to explain in plain English what the shit does. Okay. Then the next thing is your video card, your video graphics card. It was 167. Then after that, you got your power supply. Of course, you need that. And then after that, the USB ATX Mech Power computer case. So that's your box. That's the box, the actual box part. So and then it was pre-installed. What that means is they put the shit together for you inside of it.
Wait, what was the box part? The part that just came in?
No, you got everything, dude. It's already put together.
I don't think it's already put together, man.
How heavy is it?
It's not. It's so light. It's like.
Well, then, oh shit. Then, you're okay. I take that back.
I think, dude. I think the price. I think it would have been the $700 something if they did build it. I think.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. I think the fact that they're doing less work makes it a less price, and I gotta wait for these.
Yeah.
That's why I got a bunch of different emails saying your order is now complete. Your order is now. Here's a confirmation. Here's tracking. Yeah. Dude, I have like 3-4 orders to track, basically. Yeah, you're gonna definitely need somebody who knows what they're doing to do it with you. I got foil and antennas and shit. You don't even know.
No. You need a person that's going to come in and help you assemble the SS that DDR the digital drive, man. That's kind of a delicate thing. It's new, so I would need help doing that.
Hey, guys. First off, thanks again for having me, IRATE. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for helping me and everything. I'm gonna go get ready for physical therapy though and shit. Okay, guys.
All right.
All right. See you, Whitey.
Take care of that back liver, dude.
Back liver. All right. Later, guys.
Later.
IRATE.
Bye.
Yeah.
I was DMing with Aspie.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's okay with you, I'm going to send an invitation to Andy Warski.
Warski.
Okay.
He probably won't come in.
There's not a high chance of success because when he replies to me, it generally takes like a day. But I think throw it out there.
Okay. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, this whole thing. I didn't want this to happen. I just thought he would just ignore me, because that's what a lot of people do. But but it turns out for some odd reason he just was not in a good mood that day, and he just lost it.
I don't think you were giving him. I don't think you were like. I think you were giving him a compliment in a way, because TMZ. I was trying to explain it earlier. I don't know. I saw it as kind of a compliment, but I guess different people see things as different ways. But TMZ has broken a lot of important news stories. So I kind of understood what you were meaning.
Yeah, it was mostly a joke, because he was trying to I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. Anyway, crap, I forgot what we were talking about. My mind went completely blank.
TMZ.
TMZ is a very, a lot of the stuff they do is really petty, and I don't like. I was good friends with the comedian Ralphie May, who died recently. When he did, they were talking about what he ate on the last day of his life, which was a chicken sandwich, and they were asking whether it was fried. He was a very, and he told me, and he would but I just don't. TMZ is a very friendly, is a very good they're a very entertaining place sometimes, but some other times it's petty, but other times it's really I think when you mean by I couldn't get what you mean by it was a compliment what I was saying to Andy, because obviously TMZ when I meant obviously it was a joke, but I was also even if it wasn't a joke, it would still be kind of a compliment, because TMZ is very popular. They're a very very well-known gossip organization, and yeah, I'm trying my best not to indict myself here. Anyway,
All right. Well, there's all right. Who's got the radio on?
Not me.
Oh, never mind. Oh, sorry, that's my fan. I'm sorry. There's a bad. I have a really bad. I have a very bad. It does a very bad earth tone. 1 second, please.
It was getting a.
There we go. It's gone now.
Yeah, it was getting an echo on it. Yeah, it was a really strong echo. But yeah, Alfred Keith said, "I love you, IRATE Prostate, but I don't think you have enough subs for Andy to come on now." And I think kind of that may be one of the points that was being made.
But this is a PR issue, so
a PI issue, a P what issue?
PR, public relations issue.
Oh, PR. Okay, all right.
I watched streams with God, who was it? Doubting Tommy. Doubting Tommy was having a bearing stream, and there was like 6 of us watching.
Right.
This was like the bearing as opposed to gay marriage thing, and all of a sudden, bearing shows up in the chat and wants to get on.
Right.
It happens if it's for if it's for interests that serve their purposes.
Right.
I don't mean to be overly cynical, but it does. No, I think the most likely reason why he won't be on is because he won't see this until well after the fact.
Well, I included his in the title, so every time somebody likes this, he'll get a notification. So if you hit the like button, was that your sleazy Whitey idea? Yeah, that's my sleazy Whitey idea.
Well, he'd know.
He taught me that, and it was interesting because when he did it with Rucka Rucka and Theron Meyer, both times they showed up. So.
Yeah, Uzi Q says that Warski has changed for the worse, and a lot of people in the comment section of my video have said that. They say that Warski, after the whole thing with Kraut, became somewhat of an asshole. That he basically is becoming very. He's becoming very not malicious is the proper word to say here, but he's becoming a lot more easily irritated. He's a lot more agitated than what he was before.
See, I don't fully agree with that. I think if you go back to the crazy hair thing, It was always there, and it's still there. I think he just realized that people like Jeff Holiday were worthless.
Oh, thank you, Nation Lizard. Yeah, arrogant. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it says that I'm a.
But I can list off, if you're talking about our little corner of the community, I can list off on one hand the big YouTubers who aren't arrogant in my mind. The rest are all a bunch of fucks. Okay,
we'll list them off.
I don't think Bearing or Sugar Tits. I don't know if we'd consider Irate Bear to be big or not. Probably not. And I'm already running out of ideas of the ones who aren't arrogant fucks. Even the ones I like, still arrogant fucks. I like Andy. He's an arrogant fuck too. I mean, Blair White. I like her too, and she certainly is. How many of us, though?
Yeah.
How many of us, if we were that big, would not be arrogant fucks?
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's like the question we have to ask. And that's kind of like, you know, why I always make that comment about, you know, YouTube is, you know, where you can be everybody you hated in high school, because it does turn people into monsters, and it can. I mean, you know, you see it. It's just it's a common thing. It's just, and what I was, you know, trying to point out when all this stuff was going down with the crowd and tea and the whole server thing, and I said, well, all these monsters are going to be replaced by other monsters, you know. Because at one point, Crown and T and Jeff Holiday were just probably nice dudes that just said, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with this camera stuff." And then this whole, you know, I call it the Ziggy Stardust phenomenon. You know, people didn't get it, but I was quoting some lyrics from Ziggy Stardust past couple of weeks, and you know, I've been alluding to this because I've been seeing it. You know, is that you know, people, and this isn't really stardom. I mean, that's making making decent bank and enough to live in an apartment. You know, that's a modest living, but that's not fame living. You know, fame living is, you know, multiple cars. You know, it's like, you know, I spent, you know, $150,000 on a car today. You know,
no, you're 100% right, but. And I fully agree with you, and I've bitched to that effect many times in the past. In fact, earlier in the stream, but you can see how easily they could fall into this shit. I mean, I bet even at like 20,000 followers, you have a bunch of groupies probably.
Right, and you've got sycophants, and that's what I was saying earlier, that I'm done with that shit. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass anymore. I'm not going to suck a dick just to get in a stream with somebody or collab with anybody. And if that you know, hurts me,
not even the ones who make videos and want to you know, want to get something out of them. Just the ones who just want to adore them, like in stalkerish fashion.
You know, and then there's the ones that don't respond to you know, people unless they have a certain amount of subs, you know, and that's all fucking, it's just cringy shit. It's you know, everybody is a person. It says Fuckwad says, IRATE prostate, fame doesn't equal wealth. Having thousands of follow your work is ego inflating enough. I mean, is ego inflating even if there's no money involved? And yeah, I definitely see that.
He's 100% right.
And what is Red? Did you get my email? I sent it to you. I sent you the thing twice, so maybe you can come in because I want her in on this and see what she's thinking. Oh, I know what you're saying. Very nearly viral is unapproachable too. I haven't tried to do that. It's interesting because Roy did this. Their
most recent video was superb, by the way.
Yeah, he did a stream with this person named Samurai Gabriel or Gabriel Samurai. This guy. I don't know exactly what's going on. I was in a stream with them a couple days ago.
No, but did you see the video they put out the other day mocking the whole like Kraut thing?
No, I bet it was funny.
Oh God, it was fantastic.
They do funny stuff. And Jordan 250 says, "Day will not show you the way." Gabe the Samurai. That's it, T-Tac. That's it.
Fuckwad said, "Give Ryan Lacey time, they'll change." And I hope that's not true, but I mean, that's something. Yeah, that's a possibility for everyone. When they get big enough that they'll suddenly become just dicks.
Yeah. And Gabe the Samurai. Yeah, he was nice enough. You know, we did this thing that was called. I can't remember what it was about. Oh yeah, it was about the base mama stuff. And I had discovered that on the contact page for the for the Kilroy event thing, that they were using Sister Danger's full name now instead of Sister Danger, which I thought was weird.
I wouldn't give out her for a limb if I were. She's a nut. Well,
and the deal is that when I asked her about it, I said, this is, it looks like you got shit on. She said, it's the excuse that she gave me didn't sound believable to me, to be honest.
I don't think she got shit on. I think she's at least equally guilty to base mama for whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah, well, maybe she was just doing that to make herself look like she got shit on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, or maybe she was doing it to be able to embezzle half of $85,000.
The old Antifa thing.
She sure seemed on the Sinatra stream that she was trying to avoid saying anything that could be used against her in a court.
Yeah. I'm sending Brad the DM versus she wants to go through. She's home now with her computer. Red.
Yeah. Hey, I wonder how many people have liked this. 24. Yeah. So why you do that? And why you T-Tac says, Aspie, why you causing trouble? Why you do that? Well, because I am. I think the reason why I showed those DMs, a lot of people are going to get on to me. One of the biggest criticisms, not of what Andy said, it wasn't me. It was mostly of the fact that I showed private DMs, and that was. However, I see people showing DMs.
Yeah, but it's context, Aspie.
Yeah, that's what.
Look, I watched your video. I think he was being a dick to you, but that doesn't mean that. I mean, that means even more that you shouldn't be showing those DMs.
I mean, here's the thing. I just thought. I mean, it may have been. I don't know if I can argue necessary evil here, but I just felt. I just saw that he did that to me, and I didn't understand, and I didn't understand it. So I was just like, okay. It may have been a mistake on my part. I probably should have just ignored it and just gone on with my day and just probably, but I just see it as kind of the guy's ego has been going when people do that to me, I hate big egos. I hate people who think highly. I hate narcissistic people who think very highly of themselves, and just it drives me up the wall. So you could say it was kind of a flash response to my hatred of narcissism. You could probably say. Oh, hey, Red and Emily.
There's a chat I want to address from Fuckwad. He disagrees with me. He says I'd say the opposite. If Andy's being a shithead, call him out. I fully agree with what you just said, Fuckwad, but I wouldn't do it with the DMs. I would just go around saying constantly, Andy's a dick. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't even geek through saying he's being a dick. But I wouldn't show the private conversation. That is what made me think that, though.
All right, what did you just say, Red? I didn't.
It's pretty sad when even Geek Thulu is saying Andy needs a check-in. That Andy's letting the shit go to his head. So, yeah, because in the servers and in hangouts and on streams and stuff, geeks are like, no, Andy needs a talking to. He's letting the shit go too far. I'm like, hey guys.
Hey, real quick before
Red.
I'm literally putting my pants on. I'm about to walk out the house. So,
now walk out the door without your pants. You'll get more attention. Hold on. More views.
Just to that that one thing, sir, and I'm not like leaving just so like, oh, okay, I get to say my thing, leave. I really do have to go. You know, because I know you're smart. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're dumb. I don't know, but you know as well as I know, if someone were to go, no, look at what all that stuff you said about me in DMs, that all these people would be like, oh, well then fucking show the DMs. If it's there, then show.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
That's what kids in high school do, and then in grade school do. Be like, yeah, well, show me, prove it.
Where's the receipts?
Well, you don't need to allude to the details of what was said what was said in DM. You can simply say, yeah, I've talked to him privately. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's all you.
And no, I'm not going to tell you what was said, but he's a fucking asshole, and believe it or don't believe it, I don't care.
That's what adults do, Sir A. Though, haven't you learned there's no adults on YouTube?
There really aren't.
Yeah, there really aren't. It's just overgrown children, basically.
So yeah, I didn't know that Geek Thula had been calling him out on this stuff.
Well, he does. It's if you can't find me online, usually I'm hanging out in Geek Thula's Discord. I don't even hang out in my Discord. It's not even really my Discord. It was started with another chick. But sorry if I sound like shit too. I really don't feel good today.
You okay? She's my sister.
I feel like I got the flu or something. It's just so I'm hoping to be better by tomorrow because I got shit to do.
Yeah. Is it warmer where you're at?
Well, it's warmer than it was yesterday.
Yeah,
up here we haven't had snow since Christmas. We had a white Christmas, so.
Oh, cool.
So it's been like cold and rainy.
White Christmas. Yeah, that.
Yeah, and we've been using the fireplace a lot more. So I don't know. Maybe it's the or ever fucking with my sinuses and.
Ask me, when did you discover you had perfect pitch?
Well, I don't have perfect pitch, but I do have a voice. I think it was I think I really started singing when I was in junior high, because I went to this like little Christian private school, and cringe. Anyway, I went to this little private school, and I began singing songs, because I remember when I was younger, when I was starting out playing music, I used to sing a lot of worship music, and eventually I started sing. And I also liked Queen and Journey, and I love like big voiced tenors who can like the 1980s type voice. Mm-hmm. So I started singing like that constantly, and I was not good at it whatsoever, but I just constantly did it over and over every day. And it became a habit of mine to the point to where I began to sing just constantly. I would sit on a swing for like hours and just sing to my favorite songs by like Queen, Journey, and all those 80s bands. And eventually my voice just got slowly stronger and stronger, better and better, and so on and so forth. And I just found that I had a really good voice. Eventually, people began telling me that I had a good voice, and happened.
Yeah, not many people can spontaneously a cappella hits in perfect pitch and perfect note like that, though. You're very talented, and I just wanted everybody to see that this is a very talented young man. And do you have any any music out there that can be purchased or anything?
No, I don't. I wish I knew how to do that, but I don't. So I suppose I could. You could go to my channel and watch me play on the guitar on my videos.
Well, that's definitely.
I actually have a.
I'll put a.
Yeah. Thanks. I actually am have a song written. Right. I actually have a song. I've actually written a few songs. I have that one video on my channel called it was called Metal. What is it called? Yeah, audio from when I was in a metal band. I was actually in a metal band for a very short amount of time, and I wrote like one of their songs. It was like the best song we had, and that was the song I was singing on there. Darkened power metal band is what I would call it. And I also have a song written over here that I need to practice a little bit and then record and put on the internet. So,
oh my God, Aspie, can you please do a Joe Quimby impersonation doing that from? I
don't know who that is.
Off of Simpsons, Mayor Joe Quimby.
I'm not very. I don't watch The Simpsons.
It's like the Kennedy impersonation.
Did I get enough?
Close enough for government work, but it's like everybody's talking about how Aspie says, I don't know, when you threw the in there, I'm just like, oh my God, now I'm seeing Diamond Joe Quimby every time you say that now. It's awesome. So But your talented. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard your songs. I've listened to some of the stuff that like I've heard you sing other times. I don't remember where. There was a video you were in.
Yeah, I remember when I was on him. Well, the first time Whitey let me onto a stream, we actually titled it Asperger's something. But anyway, I sang in there a few times. I remember, I think the song that I sang in there was Iron Maiden's "Hallowed Be Thy Name."
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I met them a couple of times back in the day when they were like real. When they second album, put it that way. I met them back in that time. The Killers.
Yeah, were they not? How was it for a long time, or did you just like meet them for like a few seconds, like shake your hands and just leave?
It was actually I met them twice, and it was after sound check. It was like about a 10 or 15 minute hangout. It wasn't a long thing. I did have a longer hangouts with like a guy named Henry Rollins and people like that. So, yeah, they're all brushed with fame and fortune and shit.
Yeah. It was some. I also felt good because when I sang the "Hallowed Be Thy Name" in the intro, I managed to hit the money note. That
please don't do that again.
Yeah, well, that's Bruce Dickinson, man. Back in the day, as a matter of fact, I met him when he came out on that album, on the Number of the Beast album. And he was the new singer because I was used to Paul Diano, the old singer, right? Where's the singer? And it's like, well, he's it. And it's like, who the fuck is this? And he was really insulted, and because the albums I had him sign were the old ones with the other singer on it. But he was a great guy. He was very nice to me, even though he was like, he was I know.
Lizard Nation said something in the chat, and Dual Wield agreed. You should make a song out of Andy's response to you.
I don't know what that would be. Should I just take what he said from there and just write it to some music?
Why not?
Take what he said, add some music, add something clever, and do it. He would probably even appreciate that.
That's a brilliant idea. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I bet Andy Warski gets a bunch of DMs in a day, like a couple hundred, maybe.
Oh, I think at this point he's probably getting more than that.
More than that, man.
Yeah. So I wonder why he responded to me. Why he responded to me out of all people?
Well, clearly you hit a nerve.
I missed all this that happened yesterday. Today I've missed like most of yesterday's because you pay it today and everything. Or again. See, if I get away from social media, even for a couple hours, it seems like it's like missing a day at high school. You really don't know what's going on socially when you get back the next day. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
What did happen?
Tell her.
All right.
No, go ahead.
Red.
Sorry, man. Bring him up.
No. Aspie would be the best one to tell this.
Yeah, Aspie, go for it, brother.
All right. Let me try and tell it the best way I can. I made a joke in the DMs at Andy where I said Andy Warski has become the TMZ of skeptic drama, and I also it's funny. I also put a I also put a poll up on my channel which asked people, do you think has Andy Warski become the TMZ of skeptic drama? And people, and people were voting. It was pretty much a 50-50. It was like a 50 something 40 but anyway, I did that yesterday, and then I woke up this morning, I looked on my Twitter, and Andy Warski had sent me like this really long DM where he basically went off on me. You can see, you can watch the video and see it all. It's like a 10-minute video I made in response to the DMs, and I made a response, and he did that to me in the DMs. I responded to him saying, sorry if you thought I was being real. And then I don't know why, I got on my OBS and I made a response video to the to Andy's DMs, and he got ticked and he blocked me.
Oh my God, Warski.
Well, okay. And again, I'm not fully taking Andy's side here. I'm not. I think this is just.
But it's good to have both sides, though.
I think this is a misunderstanding in the grand scheme of things. But he still posted private DMs on a YouTube video. You got to bear that in mind.
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
Well, I think, well, honestly, I just think that he was being, just being a dick, and I just thought that it was necessary, you know, to call him out on it, because I just don't like being talked to that way.
No, I agree with you with the part where he was being a dick. I don't disagree with you at all there, but.
See, I think Andy Warski is kind of like a kid, and I've said this all along, is that he's a good, decent person, like when you talk to him in Discord, and you actually just get him, Andy, not Andy Warski. Andy Warski seems to be this persona that takes over when he gets in front of a camera. I mean, hell, the man was willing to cook nude underneath an apron as a joke for a video that he was going to do all his videos naked from now on. I mean, it's like his ADHD or whatever takes over, and he just spazzes out. I mean, he behaves sober like Red does drunk.
Oh, God.
That's the best way I could sum it up. Because I don't think he actually has any bad intentions, but I just think he should talk to his handler before addressing people in the public. So.
Yeah, he probably...
Oh no! This was definitely not a shining moment for him, and the whole T-Tac thing was even less shining, because that was
he fucked with T-Tac.
T-Tac was giving him shit in the Kumite chat, and eventually, all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, he's just like, "Fuck you, T-Tac!
Fuck you, T-Tac!" I mean, it was just like,
oh
that.
My God!
I'm like,
are you serious? First, he tries to get Carl de-wrenched in the Kumite, and now he's picking on the people, but that's okay, because he'll show his colors, and the fans won't have it, because he might think he's big and bad, but you can only be big and bad as long as you have the chat to watch you. If nobody's watching you, you're not big and bad anymore, and if you keep shitting on the people everybody likes, yeah, no.
Well, see,
but I don't think it'll ever do anything seriously detrimental. He's gotten too big. It'll take him like raping an underage goat or something for him to really get booed off of YouTube.
But that's what kind of, you know, got me all into this, was the whole T-Tac thing, man. You know, and then as I explored it a little bit, I'm like going, and then I saw a little bit of Aspie's video, and Sir Adamantine and I had talked about possibly doing something today. About something in a similar ballpark, but about a completely different thing. And this was like, holy shit, you know, it's kind of like kismet, you know, kind of fell in our lap. And so, you know, T-Tac, man, I don't know anybody that don't like T-Tac. You know what I'm saying? So
even those girly birthing hips.
You know, T-Tac is hard to dislike.
Yeah,
I know. It's like people sometimes take him seriously. I don't understand how that is. I mean, like that whole time when he got caught up with this other chick in Gemini's tweets, and he's like, "You got all that out of okay?" I mean, there's some people that are just looking for somebody to be butthurt at, and maybe that's what it was. Is that Andy was looking for somebody to refocus his? Because I don't know what today's Kumite was about, but maybe he was looking for somewhere to redirect his fire. So.
Well, I'll give one other defense to Warski. And I'm not trying to be like an apologist to him, but
apologizing. No, I'm just kidding.
As I apologize, but I imagine what's happened. Well, I mean, what's happening to him recently, it's obviously makes him very happy, but the influx of the attention, that's got to be stressful.
Yeah, true. Some people didn't like fame. I remember that's one big reason why Steve Perry, the lead singer of Journey, quit, because he didn't like the fame that it brought along. Like I've heard also my guitar teacher, who was friends with a big country singer, said that the country singer didn't like the fame at all either. He really didn't feel comfortable with it, with people coming up to him, you know, people, you know, be like, "Oh my gosh, it's you," you know, that can really weird a lot of people out.
That was a really famous Kurt Cobain issue too.
Yeah.
Some people just don't like fame. They're people who just would rather, who are very well. Here's the thing about music. Really good musicians, they're usually very reclusive people.
Yeah, because I remember them talking about Steve Perry, like when everybody was like partying and you know, going out and womanizing and stuff after shows and stuff. He would just go to his hotel room and go to sleep. Actually, I remember hearing that too. It was more like a job to him. He treated it like a job, and he had a brilliant voice, fantastic range.
He had a really good voice.
Everybody that plans to do anything in the public eye needs a good handful of people that know you well enough that if you're going out acting like a full ass hat, or you're getting above what you intended to do, and they know that what you're doing isn't the typical type of stuff you do, and you need, at least, no matter how big or small you are, because there's always the chance that you'll blow up over something. You never know. You always need that handful of people that'll call you out on your shit and say, hey, whoa, come back down. So, and I think there's a problem in this community. It seems like if certain people get to be a certain size, then their friends are a little more timid to call them out. Well, it's like, well, then you're really not friends, are you? Because friends will call out the friends, even if they're, possibly lose those friends.
True.
Right. So,
yeah. How many YouTubers do you think have that?
Well, Andy has a couple, but he doesn't listen to them.
Well, he's got Chris, but Chris has a financial interest.
He's got Chris, he's got Geek Thulu, and he's got Sinead. The people that are the closest to him. So there's, I guess, if I didn't know that Geek Thulu had said stuff like that, about that. So that's.
I tried tweeting at him. Chris Warski, but I don't think he'll answer back.
You okay?
Yeah, hiccup.
Okay.
Chris Warski seems like a good guy, and he's obviously very close to Andy. So I tried asking him, could you please talk to him for me? Thanks. And I even tagged him in the video that I made in response to the DMs. So I hopefully
I got to say one other thing, Aspie. The people that you directly tweeted this to, that was not good. That was kind of a shot across the bow.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You directly tweeted to a bunch of big YouTubers what was going on.
Ooh.
I don't know what's so bad about it.
If you're really trying to get a hold of Warski, you can always get into Discord, and if Geek's Discord's open to everybody. And Andy Warski's in there because Geek even has his offline people on the side. You can see who's offline, and you can always click on that icon and message Andy directly. So there are other ways to connect, or you can actually message him through his YouTube page.
But like trying to get the attention of Bearing and Sugar Tits on this. Like,
oh shit, I missed that part.
Number one, they don't care, and number
they don't care.
And number two, it's just like you're trying to start a fight.
Yeah,
things done out of anger and reaction. This is what I try to tell my kids all the time: is, are you reacting or are you responding? A reaction can't be helped; that's instantaneous. But as you keep going, you should actually take time and respond the best you can, rather than just react. Well,
the reason why
because that comes with a lot of regret.
Because I have a very small Twitter account to others, and my only way of doing it is that it gets at when I tweet a whole bunch of YouTubers to look at this look at my video, it sends it out to a lot more people around. So I'm trying to reach as many people in one tweet as I possibly can.
Well, and I think this is, I'm not making excuses here, but this is where the Asperger's plays a huge part.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's, one of the things here too. But T-Tac did point out that Aspie, does like to tweet out to a huge, like, a huge, I don't know what the word is, he spreads it out to get, because his music is really good. He really wants to get it out there,
No, Aspie, I've seen your tweets with Kraut and with Bearing, and they're funny and, dare I say, endearing, but it's different when you're doing it to like draw negative attention to one of the big ones. They're not going to help you.
I probably shouldn't have done that. I don't know if I should go back and delete it, because it probably doesn't matter anymore. It's been up for hours.
No, it probably doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it was a dumb decision on my part. I guess I make a lot of dumb decisions when you're in the spot, you know. I'm just trying to figure. I honestly, if I could get a hold of Andy Warski, I would try to work this out with him. I don't have any bad blood against him. I just think what he did was just, you know, I mean, I think we've all made dick moves in lives, but I just don't want to have any bad blood with anybody. It's the thing.
Well, the only advice I would have for you is don't take the video down and don't delete the tweets. Just let it be as it is.
Yeah, and try to. How do I get to Geek Thulu's board, by the way?
Brad?
Hmm?
It's on Discord.
Hmm.
That would actually probably be a pretty good way for you to get a message to him.
Probably, yeah.
Hey, we have tailed feature.
No, we have tailed feature in the thing. Oh, hey, tailed feature, what's going on? Let it all pass. ETAC just said let it pass.
You wrote about him.
Yeah.
Really badly.
Yeah, actually, Aspie's T-Tax advice is perfect, I think.
Yeah, just don't do anything else. Just kind of let it go by.
Well, I don't think it'd be a bad idea if you did go through Geek Thulu to try to get a hold of him and smooth it out. But as far as anything public, you should keep that quiet.
Yeah. I am. I'll find the Discord and I'll try to message Warski. That seems like a smart decision to do.
Well, I think, you know, since everybody was just like saying, just let it pass and see what happens, you know, and maybe you'll get approached, and you know, maybe I don't know.
Well, you know, you weren't here for this, Aspie. This is while in between you're being on, but Whitey's prediction is probably a very good one. You may very well end up in some sort of chat with Andy and be able to smooth this over. And if that's the case, this would work out very well for you. Not to be cynical, but it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, you think he might come around and like have a chat with me or something? Or
well, you shouldn't have put his DMs out there, but since you already have, they did not make him look great. So it might not be a bad idea if he and you got together and he's like, "Yeah, sorry, I didn't know." You're all sorts of autistic.
we're all autistic, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I don't know why, but I love that meme for some reason. Okay.
Well, you know, yeah, it's I get it, you know, and I hope you just I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go from here, you know, because I get it. It got me to do a lot of thinking about myself and who I am and where I want to be and where I want to go. And, you know, I made some statements today that that I'm going to stand by. You know, I'm tired of trying to, you know, climb the YouTube ladder by sucking up to people. You know, if people like I said, you know, if you like my stuff, you want to do something, that's fine. But you know, it's like you know, I'm gonna be a yig towel.
I'm gonna interrupt you again. I'm sorry, prostate. I don't know if T-Tac is being his usual trollish self or if he really means it. But in the chat, he just said, "Oh shit, new Andy Warski video bashing Aspie."
Holy shit! Really?
Hold on, I'll look.
What the hell?
Hold on. I didn't get any notifications.
Ziggy played
Doesn't mean anything.
Trolling.
T-Tac's trolling.
You bastard, T-Tac.
Asshole. I actually
another T-Tac troll. You asshole.
Another one to put
really.
in the
I feel. I would have had an orgasm and passed out at the same time. Why did I say that? Anyway. would have gotten so scared.
What is this DNS person doing?
What do you mean?
Oh, because somebody else, G. Bronner, put it in the chat. I really get irritated with assholes in the chat, but damn it, DNS.
Choke on my fist. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Did your heart stop, Aspie?
Yeah, how do you? Yeah, my heart stopped. How do you spell Geek Thulu?
Oh, it's GEEKTHLHU.
THULHU. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody forgets that last H.
Yeah.
And it's. Are you looking for his channel or his Discord?
His Discord.
All right, hold on. It's his Discord's called The Void.
All right, can you
you know, Red, it might just be easier if you contact him directly and then get them together.
What? Andy and Aspie?
No, Aspie and Geek Thulu.
Aspie Geek Thulu?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because Geek's always in his Discord if he's got anything going on. There's been a lot of Warframe being played.
Ah.
Yeah. And it's a free game too. I was just like, all right, because I was kind of hesitant because I sucked at Call of Duty and Halo. I mean, I could kind of figure it out, but the two joysticks, because I'm old, kind of threw me off with like the Y pivot and all that, the Y axis or whatever.
Oh God, I know.
Freaking trying to move your controller one way and get a 360 view. But I was like, I'm not going to spend money on a game that, you know, I might end up, you know, fucking up and really hating. And they're like, no, it's free. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I'm like, okay, now I'm addicted. God damn it.
All right. Can you send me the link to his Discord, or do I just find it, or can I just find it in one of his videos?
You could find it in one of his videos, I believe. Because right now, for some reason, links to Twitter, YouTube, Discord, or anything like that being put into the chat aren't working properly. Like if, when somebody posts somebody's tweet or link to the tweet in the chat, it says, sorry, page not available. Or like with some of the Discords, it says, it tries to take you to the Discord app, not that person's actual channel. So I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube chat links. So
yeah, I found it, and now it's open. Now it's Discord's opening up.
There you go.
All right. Preparing for fight team. Downloading update 1 of 1. Great. Dang it. Had to.
It may or may not actually be downloading an update. There's some things where it just says all kinds of weird things like feeding the tribbles and so.
Hey, on the bright side.
Yeah, that's true.
On the bright side, Aspie, I remember a tweet you sent out a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually, maybe like 3 weeks ago, where you're trying to get Kraut's attention before all this happened. Aren't you glad you never did?
I can't. Well, I don't know if they would have done anything on me. Although I did a while ago send him a friend request on Discord, and for some odd reason, after the Souls ended, he basically what's the word for it? He said, "Dang it! I keep." He
did it. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got more followers than he has now. Now all he has is his
that's true.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. I am following Aspie. Okay, I thought so. I think I started following him when we were trying to play on Whitey's memorial. That would have gone great too if they'd have just stuck with the plan.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Continue.
Okay, Malevolent Writer. They were asking me on Twitter about basically why their video won't upload to YouTube, and I asked them, "What do you use to edit your videos?" And his response, "My computer." No shit. But I was trying to explain to him, I was like, see, the way I do it, and it's a little video clip. It's like 8 seconds long, but that this guy sent me and showed me. But it's, you have your audio and your visual. You record your audio on Audacity, and then you, for me, it's just a still. But I use Sony Vegas Pro, so if I do want to put up little things, I can actually edit it into the video portion, the video line of the editing that I'm doing, and then you render it. And after you render it, it should go into like a completed files folder, and that's what you upload to YouTube. It's like, you don't want Red trying to explain things to you.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, Frank, you did just sub to me. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
All right. Welcome to the void, bitch. You're in the center of all the drama.
And I'm warning you, it's Autistic Switzerland. We had Zeph and Yobi in there for a while. Because Geek doesn't kick people out. You can act like an asshat as long as there's no gore or porn or anything like that posted in the general. You're okay.
Like, I'm like, you know, everybody is all like, you know, oh, they have like a lot of times you see rules like no child porn, and I'm like, why do you need to write that rule? Shouldn't that already be known?
No shit, man.
It's kind of like, well, you know, you shouldn't run with scissors, but people still do it. Okay,
that's a great analogy too. Lord, well, I think this is about a good time to go ahead and wrap up the. We've been rolling for what, 2.5 hours now.
That long there.
Yeah, but
you guys have. I've been sitting in bed listening to you guys trying to make soup. Well, I wasn't making soup in my bed, but you know, I knew somebody was going to say it if I didn't clarify.
Are you irate? Are you up for one of my after chats?
Well, yeah, I'll have to take care of some business if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, yeah. You ever have to pee so bad that you like get like goosebumps and shit?
My mom used to say like your teeth are floating.
You're back to the float. Exactly. That's what I got going on here. So, but everybody, you know, I appreciate all my subs. You know, it's like you're the people that I do everything for. You're the most important people to me here on YouTube. And you know, if anything I said today, you know, changes anything for you, that's fine. I'm going to be doing my own thing, and I'm not going to suck any more dicks. I'm sorry. That's the only way I can be really true to who I really am.
Yeah, you've had enough salt in your diet. You probably shouldn't suck anymore. Yeah,
indeed, very well put. And on that note, we'll end it there. And blessings to all, and keep hanging.